By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to lose the stubborn belly fat and the love handles and reducing your metabolic age in the process, which is going to quite literally add years back onto your life. Now, how do I know this? We have already used this exact framework that I'm about to show you right now with hundreds of guys who have increased their testosterone levels, reduced their brain fog, and increased their levels of sharpness. Guys like Brian, Justin, Scott, Josh, and Declan, who have all lost between 12 to 75 pounds of body fat and achieved results that they thought was impossible to get. For those that are new around here, my name is Mark, and I've helped close to 1,000 busy professionals and dads lose over 10 kg of belly fat, increase their testosterone levels, remove their brain fog, and feel absolute pride when they look at themselves in the mirror. And I don't say this stuff from a pedestal. I myself used to be in a corporate job, and I used to clock into work overweight, feeling really unconfident within my physique, and most importantly, lacking drive, lacking motivation, and carrying every single day with brain fog, feeling like a bit of a passenger because of my health. And I used to try and get into shape kind of aimlessly. Ultimately, I would start for 2 weeks, then I would just fall off, lose all motivation, and go even worse in terms of the level of body fat I was carrying and my confidence levels. And I fell into this constant negative cycle of effort, no results, fall off, and repeat. But I managed to find a framework that changed all of this. And now I'm in a position where I walk around lean year round. I've competed in 2 bodybuilding shows. And now I follow a more hybrid approach of running, lifting, and just feeling good all year round. So I have lived with the low energy and the brain fog before teaching other guys how to fix it. Now for you watching, I know that you don't have an abundance of time to train. You've probably got a very good career, your own business, kids, family that you need to attend to. So you don't have 2 hours a day to train inside the gym. You've probably tried cutting carbs. You've probably tried eating clean. You've probably tried smashing cardio. And maybe you've lost a little bit initially of body fat, but somewhere along the lines, it started to come back. You feel uncomfortable in your clothes, you wake up every morning with brain fog, and you look yourself in the mirror and think, I should be further ahead within my physical state than what I currently am. And the worst part is, in all these other areas of your life, you're successful, but it doesn't reflect when you look at yourself in the mirror. Now, thankfully for you, this video is going to solve all of that for you. Now, we use a 3-point framework that covers the most important areas in successful but busy guys' lives that allows them to see sustainable fat loss as they improve the quality of their health. And this is the framework that we're going to use. Number 1, one of the most important variables when it comes to seeing your metabolic age decrease is stress management. Getting this on point is going to be the biggest catalyst to see not only your belly fat drop off, but also regain your sharpness back. So we need to put stress management protocols in place. Now, I'm not talking about sit with your legs in a basket and meditate for 60 minutes in the middle of the day to manage your stress, because lads, we ain't got time for that. But what I'm talking about is your nervous system constantly being switched on. You're constantly operating with fight or flight with everything that you do. Now, this spikes your cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and that makes losing your belly fat and improving your testosterone levels a major uphill battle. Majority of the guys that we work with are far on in their career. They're managing staff, they're managing KPIs, they maybe run their own business, and then they're going home to 1, 2, 3 kids that they need to take care of as well. So they're in constant fight or flight battle in this state. They're sleeping for 5 hours a day, they're smashing caffeine like it's water, and then they're trying to go to the gym and operate like an athlete, and it does not work. All they're doing is stacking inflammation, stacking stress and inflammatory responses, meaning recovery gets less, your body retains more water, and it goes into a fight or flight mode constantly. And the result of this, your appetite's all over the place because your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, are getting signaled left, right and center. They don't know what to do. And the result of that means that you start to snack throughout the day, you skip breakfast, late at night you're hungry because you're stressed, and as a result, the inputs are all over the place. So what's the solution to all of that? The first thing that we do is we regulate our clients' systems to get their stress under control by outlining a time optimization structure across multiple different tasks in their day to make each task very clear and very concise. Now, if the structure or time element when it comes to what you need to dedicate to health and fitness is where you really struggle with, and you feel a bit clueless on where to start to have the right things in place, I've left a calendar link link down below where you can book a one-to-one diagnostics call with me, and what we can do is go over your situation specifically to understand the specific game plan that you would need, because everyone is individualistic in their approach. And the worst case scenario from this call is that you get a couple low-hanging fruits that you can implement to make your life a little bit easier to see results. So if you're a little bit clueless on where to start with that and you want to understand if you can get the right things in place, just book a time in that link. Now, those who have the best stress management systems in place have the following. Number one is their sleep. They make sure that they get as consistently the same sleep time and the same wake time in order to reset their circadian rhythm so that they can remove some of the brain fog. They have a daily step target that's set within a range that suits their specific lifestyle, and they have an intentional and effective training split so that it's not a case of hit and hope. They go in 30 to 45 minutes, whether it's at home or whether it's in the gym, and they're efficient and effective with what they do. And finally, they have the recovery protocols in place. Remember, we don't see progress inside of the gym, we see progress outside of the gym. So they make sure they give time back to actually relax, switch off physically and mentally, spend time with their family, spend time with friends, in order to actually allow the body to reset. Now, once stress here is managed, the next two steps are put into absolute easy mode. Step number two is being in a precision calorie deficit. Now, fat loss isn't magic, it doesn't just randomly happen. There is a clear system you can have in place to lose the belly fat. It's much like the KPIs that you hit within your work. You know that if you do A, B, and C, you will see X, Y, and Z. Fat loss is the exact same. Now, the issue that many men have when it comes to losing belly fat is they want a quick fix. They'll cut carbs, they'll follow the keto diet or the carnivore diet. Now, the issue with this is it's very short-lived. It doesn't set up for sustainable fat loss. So sure, they'll see results within the first couple weeks, but what happens? The cravings set in, they realize it's not sustainable, and then they simply binge and binge and binge and gain even more body fat back. But the issue here is they don't actually know what their body needs to achieve the results that they want to get. It's like being in a completely new location and jumping in a car with no signals on the road, with no sat nav, and expecting to get to the destination that you want to arrive to. You'll be all over the place. You'll maybe get there by luck because you've taken a couple right turns, but the chances are you're going to be completely lost and not getting the desired result that you want, i.e. the destination. So understanding how many calories you need to be consuming is the most important variable to see the body fat drop off. And it's important that you don't go too aggressive within this calorie deficit. You still need to function. You guys have kids, you guys have businesses, you guys have staff you need to manage, etc, etc. You need to be able to perform. Now, we eat to fuel performance to see fat loss occur. That is the perfect synergy that we need to create. So that means enough carbohydrates to support training, enough fats to promote hormonal function, and enough protein to keep your muscle build and protein synthesis in a good position. Now remember, you're a grown man who wants to look strong and lean and athletic. You don't want to look like a skinny little boy. Now, missing this part about the diet is why so many train consistently and think that they're eating clean but don't see results, because the structure and the system isn't in place. So when you nail this variable, you will actually start to see fat loss occur. And if you have point number 3 on, you have the perfect synergy here. Number 3 is having a high ROI resistance training setup. Fat loss will change the scales, but the training is what's going to change your physique. Most men try to lose weight by going into the gym, making a beeline for the treadmill or the bike, hoping that they're going to be lean and toned. And it doesn't work. Cardio alone isn't going to reverse your metabolic age or build you a Hugh Jackman and Wolverine type of physique. It's the resistance training in an effective manner that's going to do that. And when I say effective, it's because you don't need to be in the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours at a time. Like, you genuinely do not have the time for that. So if you try and attack it in that way, you're going to fall off. Now, for our clients, they predominantly follow a 3 to 4 day training split inside the gym, or sometimes a hybrid approach where they train at home also. And these plans are built around the following areas. Number 1 is progressive overload. Number 2 is training intensity. And number 3 is training accuracy. Each session lasts no longer than 45 minutes. We sometimes throw some cardio in there if time allows, but to be honest, we mainly lean towards steps because it's the easiest way to burn calories whilst also improving composition and improving digestion. Now, why is the resistance side of this so important in building the physique that you want and also reversing your metabolic age, which is why we're here? Well, number 1, it preserves muscle. As you start to age and get older, your body starts to have muscle deterioration. So if you have resistance training, you fight back against that. Number 2 is it increases your metabolic rate. The more muscle tissue you have, the more metabolically active your body is, meaning it burns more calories at rest. That means that you can eat more, which ultimately makes this whole process a lot easier. And number 3 is it sculpts your physique if you have the right needs analysis performed. Now, as an insight, when we get working with a client, we assess their physique and do what's called a needs analysis. So essentially, we're looking at what areas of their physique is strong, moderate, and weak. And the volume from the training is distributed using this needs analysis. That's what's going to allow you and our guys to see really tailored results instead of just copying an influencer's training plan who is nothing like you. You need to be specific with your training setup. Now, having these on point is what is going to give you the biggest high yielding results. But I understand that a lot of this can seem quite confusing in the application and the data management, the time, the effort to put this in place. Now look, you watching this, you're probably a busy guy that is successful in your career, that has a family life. Time is not a big thing that you've got. So if you feel like you would want this tailored and uniquely built out around you, then just go and book in a call in that calendar and you and I can sit down, have a conversation and see what is going to work best for you. But the one thing is for certain is that when you find a perfect synergy with these 3 variables, you will reverse your metabolic age and have a physique, health and lifestyle that is exactly what you want. This is exactly how we've got the results that we've got. If you're unsure of them, go on my Instagram page at King Coaching, check them all out. We have guys that lose consistently 10 kg within record timeframes using this framework. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a bit of extra information. Of course, if you want to see more stuff like this, comment on it and subscribe to the page because there's going to be a lot more coming. See you in the next one.